Today we're talking about how the head network in Yolov7 is revolutionizing hair follicle detection. Let's dive in.
I'm really curious about this. So, what's the main role of the head network in Yolov7?
Well, it's basically the final piece of the puzzle. It
Right.
handles both classifying hair follicles and refining their detection.
So it not only finds the hair follicles, but also tells us more about them?
Exactly. It predicts bounding boxes around each follicle and classifies them as thick or thin hair.
That's fascinating. But thin hair must be tricky to detect, isn't it?
Yet thin hair can be challenging. That's why the head network uses rotated bounding boxes to capture thin hairs
interesting.
accurately.
Rotated bounding boxes, how does that help?
Well, think of it like rotating a picture frame to fit a tilted photo. It aligns the box
I
with
see.
the hair's angle.
Got it. So it can detect hairs that aren't perfectly straight?
Exactly. This makes the detection of thin angled hairs much more accurate.
Yeah. But doesn't that make the computations more complex?
A bit, but Yolov7 is optimized for efficiency, so it handles it well.
That's impressive. So how does it classify the hair follicles exactly?
The head network assesses the diameter of each hair strand to determine
Right.
if it's thick or thin.
So it's analyzing individual hairs for a detailed assessment?
Yes, and it also looks at hair density by evaluating how closely follicles are spaced.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dense follicles indicate healthy hair, right?
Exactly. Sparse spacing might suggest thinning or hair loss.
Interesting. But do you think just measuring thickness and density is enough to assess hair health?
Well, it's a solid foundation, but combining it with other factors gives a fuller picture.
Right. Fair point. And what about multi-class classification?
Oh, yes. The head network categorizes follicles into classes like P1, P2, and P3.
Yeah. Remind me what those classes represent.
Sure, P1 is single hair follicles, P2 is 2 hairs per follicle, and P3 is multiple hairs per follicle.
Got it. That's quite detailed. But couldn't there be more variability in hair types?
You're right, there is variability. But these categories help create a baseline for assessment.
Makes sense. So overall, the head network enhances the model's performance?
Absolutely. By refining detections and classifications, it boosts accuracy significantly.
Yeah, that's great. This could be really helpful for people dealing with hair loss.
Definitely. It enables personalized treatments based on precise assessments.
Right. Technology is really making strides in personal health care.
It sure is. It's exciting to see how AI can contribute to better hair health.
Can't wait to see what advancements come next.
Same here. The future looks promising.
Yeah.